What are you doing, Papa?
I am mapping out or looking at the map at everywhere we went on our trip. And just kind of seeing where we went because we drove like 1,400 miles over this island, which is as big as Ohio, according to Paul. So, if you look at the map, we started out in Reykjavik, which we basically just kind of hung out, saw some of the sites, local sites, on our first day. And then the second day, we went through the, what do they call it? Thingvellir National Park, which is here. And we drove through that. And then we came up the coastline. We saw Gullfoss waterfall. And we also saw some geysers. And I can't remember the name of this. Is it Sellandfoss? It's down here, waterfall, where we got to actually walk behind the waterfall, which is very, very cool. And then right on here, this one here was Skagfoss waterfall. The waterfall was okay, but we got to walk up the mountain, up into here, which was really cool. Some great views. So we stayed in Vic. Then the next day, that was on a sheep farm. The next day we drove up the coastline again, and we stopped. I don't know if we didn't stop at the glacier. We did briefly stop there. We did the can't remember what it was, the canyon, which is in this area here as well. We drove all the way up, and we stopped at right here, which is Glacier Lake, where the glaciers actually fall off, and they have a lake there, and they float out into the sea, which is very, very cool. And then we came up here and we stayed here. No, where were we? Up here, I'm sorry, up here. Drove all the way up, and we stayed here at, is it Joopvinger, I think is the name of it. That's the way, that's what it sounded to me, Joopvinger, so. And then the next day we drove all the way up through here. We didn't do a lot, we just saw a lot of driving here. And this is where we were going to see the waterfall, and this was that huge one. But right about here we get the flat tire. So we went back here, and we went into this town here where they helped us out. And they had really nice hot springs there, a thermal pool, where we hung out for about an hour and a half and just chilled. And then we came up here to Lake Mavatan, or how did that, Lake Mavata? I can't remember how it's pronounced. And we stayed there, great Airbnb. And then the next day we drove up through these mountains, through the mountains, and all the way over here. I made a couple stops that day. At Godafoss waterfall, we stopped there. And then we actually here, at Hammerstag? No, it's Hamstag, I think is the name of it. There's no R in it. And that's what the Airbnb we stayed at there. And then we drove the next day, like this. And we went through we actually Kirkjufell waterfall, we saw that. It's right in this area here. The Helena Sea Cliffs, which is down here. We also went to the National Park, which is in this area here. And
What's the name of the national park?
oh God, what's the name of that? Schnell's something. Schnell's. I'm just gonna call it Schnell's because I can't pronounce the rest of it. So we went through there. We actually kind of did a loop around and came back up, and we actually stayed up here, and that's where we were in Stickes Homer, and that was our 6th night. And then because we did a loop there, and then yesterday we drove back down. Saw some more waterfalls. This would have been the hike. I think this is where the hike would have been, in here, if we would have taken it. But somebody felt that I was too old and would not have made it. And so we made our way back to Reykjavik, which is where we were yesterday, and today we are over here and right by the airport, getting ready to leave tomorrow. So we basically drove the entire island. So pretty cool. We didn't get up here, but I'm sure there were dirt roads, and that would have been just a real treat for Paul. So this is our trip. And that's what we did. that's it.